working for both of us.
I know you always do that. Until you're like, Patrick!
There's a spider.
Help me! Do this for me! I turned my brain off this morning.
Patrick, you know what? You don't have to call for me because I always just do it.
No.
And I save you.
I just do my stuff.
I pre-save you before you even ask. I pre-save you. I'm like, Patrick's gonna need this, and I just do it. So for
Is that
me,
how that works?
For me, you don't pre-save me, so I have to go, Patrick, help! But I pre-save you. Are we live?
Pre-save me, huh?
Are we live? Michelle, I pre-save him.
I just
do
the things that I do.
I go, how can I save Patrick so he doesn't have to look how
I've never I don't know.
Good morning. Some of you are new to our live feed, and so it's part couples therapy.
The gal who does
chat.
our marketing is like, it's half couples therapy, half fireside chat.
So what we were talking about is Patrick thinks I'm like, Patrick, help me. Which I do.
Which, like yesterday, we've been doing live streams for 2 years.
Did you see me having to set it up? I was like,
and she calls me and she's like, how do I do this? I'm like,
I had
we've
4
been
minutes.
doing this every day.
He has been
5 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week for half of it, 4 days a week for the other part of it.
That just goes to show you.
It was
how
like
much
350 some odd days a year.
I need you, Patrick.
Dax was basically like, what is going on? And I go, Jeannie turns that part of her brain off. And he goes, really? And I go, if I wasn't available, she'd figure it out.
I wouldn't have figured it out.
You would have figured
I've
it
never done that new thing, this thing.
Yeah, you have.
I never. What did you call it?
Period.
I've never done it. Never. So, you know what he should do?
She turns the brain off. That's like, that she like turns that part of her brain off.
Ladies, I have so much in the brain.
I don't have
room.
I told my kids at one point, I was like, your mom is full.
My cup runneth over. I don't have
She's
room.
Full. If you need something like that, ask me. I'm not full. But mom is full.
Mom is I am
She
full.
can't, because she just goes, no, I'm not going to do it. All the time.
I do. Because I know my limits. Ladies, I know my limits.
She's like, Patrick, I can't get this to print.
I don't know about any of you.
The totally appropriate representation would be Jeannie being like, is this on? I can't tell if this is on.
You ladies think you struggle with technology. I struggle with technology. And what I do...
She doesn't. She just turns that part of her brain off.
Diane, are you noticing... it, ladies, if you're distracted right now because of
backwards.
My beautiful necklace... Patrick got this for me for Christmas.
What is going on there? It's like, hang on.
Did you buy me a cheap necklace?
Oh my God.
Just kidding. Isn't it gorgeous?
I was surprising her with the necklace.
Isn't it beautiful with the little hearts on the chain?
And then she ruined the surprise.
Okay, this is what happened. I said to Patrick, if you want to get me something for Christmas...
She always goes, don't get me anything. And then right before Christmas, she's basically like, get me this.
I didn't say get me this. That would be rude. And I'm not rude. I said, if you would like to get me something for Christmas, you could get me this. And I had, the webpage. And he goes, you really want that? And I was like, no. And
because she was shopping.
He was like, you really want that?
It was Christmas time at the Mulligan household for Jeannie Mulligan.
He goes, you really want that? And I was like, no, I don't really want it. And he goes, okay, I'm not going to get it for you. And I was like, okay.
I go, we have so much.
Yeah. I go, okay. And then I was like, oh, I guess I'm not getting it for Christmas. So then a couple of days before Christmas, he goes,
The kids were in on it too.
The
'Cause I
couple
was
days.
like, listen, I got this, and if it shows up at the house, you got to make this thing disappear because she.
It was the
like,
first time he
sees it.
almost pulled it off.
I pulled it off last year.
He did pull it off last year. I was surprised. So and then
She always finds it. She always she's like, what's that box? I didn't know what's in that box. Who's it for?
So he goes a couple days before Christmas. He goes, "Did you really want that necklace?" And yes, I really wanted the necklace. I wanted it so bad.
She got into it with me one night about the necklace.
I did not.
Yeah, you did. Violet was like, oh my God, was Mom talking about the necklace? You were like, I really did want that. And I'm mad. It was the only thing I really wanted.
I know.
Violet was like, was that about the necklace?
Why
and I was
didn't
like, that was totally
Why
about
didn't
the
I
necklace.
just go, when he asked me, do you really want it?
Well,
Why didn't I just go,
you know what she
yes,
normally does?
I really want
She's like,
it.
you bought this for me for Christmas, and it just shows up.
I felt bad saying I really wanted it. And so I said I didn't want it, but I really wanted it. And so a couple of days
She got
I'm telling
mad.
the story. I'm telling the story.
You leave out key parts.
And then a couple of days before Christmas, he goes, "Did you really want that necklace?" And I go, and again, I said no. I did really. I go, no, I didn't really want it.
But then she was in a bad mood like a day later.
Why would
and
I
then she
say
was
that?
yelling
Why
at
do
me.
I think
Then she was yelling at me about it.
That
was
is
all I really wanted.
I don't remember that at all.
Ask Violet.
I think he's fabricating
Ask
that.
Violet. Violet came out of her room and she's like, oh
I
my
would
God.
never be shouting, yeah,
we totally got into it about it. And then
I was probably mad about something else.
She was mad about
something
something
else.
else.
Can I finish telling the story without you interrupting?
Sure.
Okay. So then he says, "Did you really want it?" I go, "No, I didn't really want it, but I did really want it. I wanted it so bad." And then it was before Christmas. I'm opening up the mail and I open up a credit card statement and I'm looking at it like, what's this purchase on here?
I come flying across the kitchen because she always looks at this stuff late.
I don't.
She does. And then I was
we have two very different
I come
perspectives.
flying across the kitchen like, she had already
and I
seen
saw it. And I was like, oh, you got me the necklace. And it was before Christmas. So I was like, okay. Anyways, okay, so that's our whole story about that.
The cutting table is gone. So a couple people had reached out about the cutting table. Somebody reached out about the Meridian. They are both gone.
Funny, Gwen Clark. I didn't do that. We didn't have any presents under our tree.
Years later, this spoiler alert, if there are any kids watching, make sure they're not watching.
Earmuffs, children.
Earmuffs. But I said something to my mom years later. I was like, I never really looked, but Jeff Pennington looked.
At your presents?
Oh my God. He would start tearing my house
This
apart.
is his naughty friend. He had a really
my
naughty friend
always found everything that he had. And
then he would come to your house and find everything too?
Well, but we never found anything. And I finally was like, where did you put it? And my mom was like, the trunk of the car.
Yeah, I was
They were
there.
in the trunk of the car.
She would drive around with them in the trunk of the car. Yeah.
So the cutting table, for anybody who watched the video from yesterday, the cutting table is gone. I do have somebody that I think wanted it.
Did you see Patrick jumping on it? He's like, I was jumping on it. I was like, you were going like this.
I was just showing how stable it is. It's not it's funny. So when we first got the unique sewing furniture and we first set up the actual cutting tables,
which we will show you at some point.
Both of my guys got up and started jumping on either side of the leaf at Pat's suggestion. So Alex and Dax were bouncing around
I would
on
be
the cutting
horrified.
table. But Pat was like, you cannot do this with anyone else's cutting table.
Sturdy.
They are solid. And those are leaves that they were jumping on.
Yeah, you pull it out
This
and then
this one's single piece, but but it is gone. I do have somebody that said they were going to call me this morning for the deal at $15.99. So that is available. And the more I buy, the more I get discounted shipping. So if I get enough and I can do better than $15.99, I'll do that. So anybody who's interested, reach out and let me know. The Meridian is gone.
It's so itty bitty. You could just squeeze it in.
The person that bought it yesterday, the husband was like, we're taking something out of the room to put that in there. They were here like early and then they left and then they were back like 10 minutes later. Like, he's like, we're not taking anything out of the room. Like, she's going to make it work somehow. Like, they're just squeezing it in there. I figure they've got a room horn, kind of like a shoe horn.
Yeah.
Like,
just get it.
Yeah.
Just
So,
Vaseline. No. Stop. Anyways.
What are the dimensions on?
Oh, God. I don't know. We'd have to measure it, but it is cute. It is cute.
it was probably 26, 28 inches.
Well, because the cutting mat
bands
fit
are
on it, and
24 inches by
it was
36
24 by
inches.
36, and then there was
And it was
probably
another foot. So it's probably about 48 by 28 inches. But I mean, the thing that I just loved about that table, and it was funny because I may buy another one for the store, is the storage in the table is awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's awesome. So anyways, that's gone. The Meridian is gone. The Jazz is gone. I've got a very nice Bernina 570.
In and out.
If
you see
that I
something
think will
here-
be gone quickly. And we say it all the time. I'm like, this will be gone in the next 2 or 3 days, and people show up like 3 days later and the product's gone.
Yeah, if you want it, and don't email me, because I mean sometimes I don't check my email until the end of the day. Don't email me.
Call and
call
talk
immediately.
to me. So I will have a detailed update regarding service yesterday. Yesterday was a madhouse.
It was crazy.
We were like 4 to 6 customers deep all day.
Yeah.
And I was
where it's like
tired.
we call it like spinning plates. We're like, spin this one, spin this one. Oh, that one's fun. Come back and spin that one. Yeah, we're spinning plates yesterday.
So yeah, it was one of those days where customers were like, it's always busy in here, but that was crazy.
Oh God, it's so beautiful.
So I actually thought I looked through most of my emails, and I will again.
Yeah, if you've emailed me and you haven't heard back, please email me again.
So, but I will have a detailed update. Like, I talked to the guys yesterday at the end of the day, and their comment was, we didn't get a whole lot done. And I think part of the reason they didn't get a whole lot done in service is we were asking them to answer phones and come up. It was a madhouse.
Yeah. It was like a party.
And we have been a little shorthanded without Lori.
Lori hasn't been here.
Lori hasn't been here for a couple weeks. We're not sure if and when Lori
Oh my
might come
Lori.
back.
Yeah. Lori was really
keep
sick.
Lori in your thoughts. Lori's recovering. So I'll have a detailed update like probably Tuesday or Wednesday on where we are service wise. But I think 2 weeks is a safe bet.
All right. I have some bad news for you I have some bad news and some good news, right? There's good news too. I ordered Scan and Cut playbooks. A couple of you have ordered them, and I got a note back from my rep, or he called me, and he said they've been discontinued because they're coming out.
We live in an SDX 330 world. This is how it works at Brother. When there's a new product, they stop selling the stuff for the old product, and it's updated for the new product. Parts, stuff like that, you don't have to worry about. Like, most of those parts are universal, and they go back in the line 15 or 20 years. But books, education, stuff like that,
A new edition's coming out.
They immediately come out with the new edition. So we're probably 6 to 8 months from the new edition.
I don't know. I asked him when's the new one coming out, and he said he didn't know.
The SDX 230 book came out roughly 6 months after the SDX.
Yeah, and so if you got
book.
your Scan and Cut playbook, it doesn't make it non-relevant. It's just like, it's
There'll
almost
be an
like just an
addendum.
addendum. But they put the whole new book out. So just so you know, if you try to order that, and I think take it off the website, I can no longer get that. So if you were excited about taking the Skinnacut club classes that Michelle is going to be doing, I'll talk to her about it. We'll figure out a way, hopefully, that you can still take it.
We sold 150
Most of you have
of
them.
those books, so most of you had them. But if you're new, I don't know if, we'll just have to find out if it's necessary to have the book to take the class. Like, my guess is you could probably take the class and follow along without the book.
You just don't have it
But
as
you
your
just
reference
don't
to
have
do
the
it later,
reference.
but you'll have the
That
class.
said, it's not like anything from the 230 book. Like, everything in the 230 book will be in the 330 book. They'll just add the new functionality of the 330 to the
We
book.
don't know if everything will be there, but most of it. So, okay. I wanted to let you know that. Again, those ladies who are in Paradise this weekend, because I'm gonna sit down and put together a spreadsheet with all the supplies, and then you can check off what you need and then send it back to me. And I think I'm gonna be able to get everything for you for that class. And then once you're done with that, there's like maybe a foot or something here as we go that might be added, but you're gonna have most of that stuff with you for you. You're gonna have most of this stuff for the class. Okay. And then what else was there? Was there anything important? We do have Michelle Burritt is here today. She's gonna come up in a minute. Because we have to do our question of the day,
Right.
and we have to do our giveaway.
Yes.
So let's do that, and then Michelle's gonna come up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Before
Okay.
I was so rudely interrupted. So, first and foremost, let's talk about how the giveaways work. We have had a lot of new people. It's funny because a lot of you don't watch live, but we do have a lot of people watching the live streams on YouTube and Facebook. Every Friday, if you are new to the live stream, we do a giveaway. So we do 2 products. One is just kind of a general giveaway. The other is a special giveaway for someone that has answered a question that we ask.
And you know, sometimes we're like,
What's the question?
We don't have a question. We come up, we're like, Patrick, I don't have a question for today. We have a question, and it's a good one.
So if you're out of town, you get the product for free. We ask you to pay the actual shipping to receive the product. We reach out and let you know that you won the product. That said, Jeannie and I were talking last night. She's like, I have a crazy number of
We have a lot of new people
in my sew along, and I was like, well, the numbers, and like I think we're up to 800 or 900 subscribers. We're really looking to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
We should do something special for our. Do you know like which one they are? Like when we have our 1,000th subscriber.
I think we can actually look that up.
You can look that. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, ladies.
So we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
How does like like Kim Kardashian have like 40 million?
Well, part of that is
I know, right?
people like to look at her, and she does stuff like posting. So and like they buy subscribers sometimes. Like,
Really?
you buy like lists of subscribers. There's like
Ours
all
are
kinds of-
organic.
Yes. So
And come on,
we're organic too.
yeah. Maybe you want to look at us. Look good.
I don't know about that. So, so if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube.
Today,
like and
this
share
morning,
us on-
Patrick comes downstairs and he goes, I forgot to put a shirt on.
I literally walked downstairs without a shirt on. Like, it was cold down there. I was like, I gotta go put a shirt on.
He's like, I forgot to put a shirt on. Like, I never come downstairs and have forgotten to put a shirt on. And he's like, what if I just walked around like this all day? And I was like, oh yeah, we could be like, instead of A1 Vacuum and Sewing, we could be Chippendale.
She's
vacuum
never
and sewing.
recovered from Chris Farley's Chippendales.
Oh, God.
Saturday
Is
Night
that one
Live.
of the funniest skits you've ever seen? That is
So-
one of the, with Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
And they're both trying out to be Chippendales.
Anyways.
So I was like, wouldn't it be funny if Patrick just didn't wear a shirt at the store? And then we called it Chippendales.
No, wouldn't be funny. So anyways, so we were having this conversation.
Wouldn't it be funny?
And
It'd be so funny.
We were having this
it would be-
conversation, and I was
it'd be
like, I've
scary.
got a great question, because one of the things that
Yeah.
makes the store great is the community that we've developed here. Anybody that, comes into the store, hasn't been in for a while, that sees kind of how we are, like, we really are a family here. I know there are folks that say they're family, but we're really family.
You're my ladies.
And gentlemen, Doug and Nikki
Yeah.
and maybe Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And
You're
some of the
ladies.
husbands.
The husbands who are like, you better get off that live feed. You spent too
Who
much
was
of
it?
the
Somebody was like, my husband can't stand your voice.
Somebody said they didn't like my voice. And then,
So-
the husbands who are like, we know you sneak in your bathroom and you watch us later, not in front of your husbands.
So anyways, it is a community. A lot of our ladies have gotten to know each other and become friends. So I was like, you know what we really should do is for our new subscribers and our new people and even our existing ladies is just, if you're new to the live stream, we definitely want to hear from you. But remember, you got to answer the question.
We wanna
folks that
hear from
watch.
all
We want
of
to hear
you.
from all of you. But who are you? Where are you from? How did you hear about us?
Yeah, how'd you find us?
And tell us something about you, like just a little something about you. It could be an interesting fact. I'll talk about
That would be bad. Stephanie's gonna come and tuck
Stephanie's
a buck.
not new to the world of tucking bucks.
I've never even heard that before.
Yeah, me neither.
Wow, Stephanie, you go, girl. If you want to tuck a buck, go for it.
So, anyways,
Don is
tell
one
us-
of our guys.
Tell us something about you. And like I said, where are you from? How did you hear about us? How did you learn about the live stream? That's the question of the day.
We're
And
looking
so-
to meet and greet.
So
It's a
the
meet
new,
and greet.
For those of you that are new, we do 2 giveaways. And what are they today, Jeannie?
First giveaway is going to be this amazing little Notions organizer. So you'll get one of these.
Is this the grand prize or the...
Is this the grand prize? This is the grand prize, which means
You
we'll
have to answer the question to get
we'll
the
look.
prize.
So this is Michelle's. I'm going to show you how she has hers organized. Oh my God, look how fancy. Because it's
Is
so
this
different.
Michelle Gilmartin or
This
Michelle
is Michelle
Perez?
Gilmartin.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that so neat? So it has all those little things so you can tuck away all that little special stuff that'll tuck away behind those little rubber bands. And then you can put all your other little goodies right in here. So just a little Notions bag from Baby Lock. So this is going to be one of the prizes. They're normally $20. And then the other prize we're going to give away just for anyone who wants it is going to be one of, I love June Taylor. So this is June Taylor's Quilt Tissue Go Sew by Number. These are the little wine bags. And maybe I'll do this as a little free sew
You
along
should
next
show
month.
like an actual completed one.
I know these are Christmassy, but these are the ones that I did for the holidays. Why do you think they were sitting there? But thanks for the suggestion. Okay,
This is
so
what I've been dealing with all morning. Just pure sass from this one.
that's it. I mean, they're here.
It's either sass or help me.
You get lots of love too.
Not as much as I need.
Not that kind of love. I meant like hugs. You get lots of love and hugs. Okay, so aren't they so cute? And if you've never done June Taylor, she has a pre-printed batting, and you just sew right onto it. It's like coloring by number, but with fabric. So this will go to whoever answers any question, and then this is going to be for the special answer. And my ladies that are that I've known for a while, I was thinking about this because Patrick goes, oh, we're going to ask that question. And I was like, I remember like the first time I met, a lot of you, I remember that first time you came in, we had a conversation, like, and
when you guys were leaving, like, I didn't even plan on buying a machine today. I didn't even know. I came in for bags and I bought an embroidery machine. Like,
we remember that very first time. So,
I don't even know what happened.
Yes. We met, we met some of you at quilt shows. We met some of you coming in here for their first time. Some of you who have been in town forever and never been in the store before. And because I always think I know everyone. And then somebody will come in and they'll be like, yeah, I've just never been in your store before. I've heard about it. So welcome to the family. We've had people say
they were scared of our store. I've always looked in your store and found it scary.
Well, from
yesterday
the outside,
it was very scary in here.
It's
like,
looking
it got
good.
To the point where I was like throwing stuff, like just to get out of the way.
There's like an aisle we got rid of.
We've cleared out a lot of stuff.
So there's room, and
you can get to the thread now.
The ladies are so funny because they're so used to it. They're used to like scooting around like a box or like pushing this machine out of the way so they can look at thread. They're like used to it by now. But it fills up in here. So Night Plays heard about us from Dawn and on the internet. That's how you found us, John? That is so funny. I'm looking forward to reading through these too. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like meeting new friends and then like walking down memory lane. So this will be fun. Without any further ado.
Yeah, let me step out of the way. Bye,
Michelle
ladies.
is here. Let me grab. And Michelle is going to be teaching number 1. And we are sold out on our Table Topper subscription. So, yeah, okay. You can grab. So, a lot of you know Michelle. She is a local legend. She is a quilter extraordinaire. She is a local long armor who does absolutely beautiful work. So if you're looking for somebody to long arm all those tops that are piling up.
Thank you. Yes. And right now I'm pretty much open. I only got a few in there.
Yeah. So if
I've
you don't
from
like
COVID, all the COVID year of everyone quilting.
Yeah, if you don't like waiting, get your quilt down to her now before she fills up again. But she is going to be teaching Frosty Goes to Town. And Frosty Goes to Town is this right here, which I'm sold out on kits, but I might be able to make some more in time. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. So the first block that she is going to be doing is done, and we're going to talk about that and what's going into the class and all of that.
It's the 6-block quilt, and then on the outside it's got all the little stars and stuff. So that'll be another class. Just getting the border and the assembly of it done at the end.
So there's going to be a scan and cut, and we were talking about it this morning that this is not a scan and cut friendly.
This is no pattern. No.
Yes.
No. This is where you have your heat and bond, and you look at your pattern, you put it on your light box, you manually trace everything out and cut it. It's kind of old school. And I've been quilting for like over 30 years. That's how I used to always do it. So I'm very comfortable with doing it that way and showing people how to do it that way. So.
But with Michelle's help, Michelle's been able to create a scan and cut class for this and work with the designs because if you look at the designs, they kind of had a lot of crossing lines and a lot of text on it, all that kind of stuff. So Michelle was able to take those files and put them into Brother Canvas.
Yes, yep,
Canvas
we're going to be working into Canvas Workspace, yes. I've been working in that for years because I've had the scan and cuts for years.
Yeah, and she's been cutting fabric for years. So would you rather work with somebody like me who doesn't know what they're doing or somebody that's done it so much? I've done. Michelle.
Yeah, I like to cut my applique out on that. And these are huge blocks.
You ready to see it? Let's
Super
go ahead
cute.
and take a look. So this is the very first
how big
one.
it is.
It is big. What would you say? Is that like 15 by 18?
It's an 18 by 20, almost 22.
18 by almost 22, ladies. And all of these pieces were cut on the scan and cut?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the advantages of
Except for the snow. The snow on the bottom, the great big one, I had to cut that out by hand. You can do that on the Scan and Cut. I don't have it included because it's 22 inches long.
Sure.
You would need the 24-inch mat to
but
do that one.
isn't
But
that
you can
cute?
do it.
And you can get the little embellishment kit. And if it looks kind of Kimberbellish, it's not Kimberbell, but a lot of the fabrics are Maywoods, and they are fabrics that Kimberbell uses, and it is cute. There is some handwork.
Yes. The
So there is,
embellishment.
and you can see how much handwork. It's not a ton.
Yeah.
That's going to be it.
And it's not an embellishment kit like Kimberbell.
Yeah.
What the embellishment kit is this, so you don't have to do anything like with that. That's just one piece. And then the Scan and cut the brown easel out, but this little top piece, like the chalkboard that goes over it, that was part of the embellishment kit. So that needs some heat and bond put on the back of it. But everything was cut out by the Scan and Cut.
Isn't that amazing? And so, what's really great is Michelle's put so much work into this and so much work creating those Scan and Cut files for you, and putting them all together and grouping them to make it easy for you, because it was a lot of work getting those files to where they're going to be good cut files that are going to work easily for you on your Scan and Cut if you have the Scan and Cut. If you do not have a Scan and Cut, then you can cut the pieces out traditionally.
Yes.
And then join us for the next class. So the class where you're going to be cutting your applique pieces is going to be on the 29th. And then the traditional applique part.
Applique. Fusing it down, the placement and everything will be, February 1st.
February 1st. So there's going to be a separate class for that.
Yeah.
So you do not have to have a Scan and Cut. You do not have to cut your pieces out on the Scan and Cut. You can cut them out traditionally and then join us for the other class, which is going to be on the 1st. And I'll be sending information out about that. So could quilt the background before?
You know what? It's going to be your blocks. You can do whatever you want, but I would not do that. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
We put the SF 101 on the back to stabilize everything. If you quilt it, you would need to have your backing, your batting, and everything on there, and then you would be doing the applique on top of that, and you would see all that. Unless you want to just do batting. I mean, I don't know. I think it kind of would make it a little bit more confusing. This is more of a traditional way of doing it.
Yeah,
so.
there's a time and a place for the pre-quilting.
There
and I think
is.
that works a lot
Yeah.
for some of those, some
Like-
of the embroidered quilts, the
like
Kimberbell ones.
Kimberbell. Yeah, this
and
is
Anita
totally not Kimberbell. This
Yes.
is not Anita Good.
This is designed by the quilt company, and it's
Yes.
two wonderful. It's a mother and a daughter, and
Mm-hmm.
it's Arlene Stamper and Melissa Harris, and they are absolutely wonderful and so
Mm-hmm.
sweet, and they do these gorgeous quilts.
Yes.
But this is traditional. This is traditional applique.
Yes, it is. You will learn. And all of it was done on my Destiny. I have the Destiny. And I did a blanket stitch around everything. And I used 100 weight. I used a gray thread about the color. A little bit darker than the background. Not much. And I used it on everything. So I didn't have
You
to
wanna
keep
see it up?
changing out threads or nothing.
Isn't that just beautiful?
Yeah, because the technique on that is not where you want to see all of the applique stitches. The technique on that is to show the design and have the applique, be functional and kind of sit in the background where you're not going to see it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I used
Michelle,
to.
we love this.
Oh, thank you. It is super cute. Super cute. I use DMC floss, so we'll need some brown and orange. And the other block, some has a little bit of black. I'm going to have to look at it. I was not aware of that. I had to look at it closer.
Yes.
And I'm going, so I'll know all the colors and stuff that you need for the DMC. And it was just, a strand like this long, and I did it. So.
Yeah, and if you want to use your own fabrics and do this as well, we have the pattern here in the store.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could do that too. So you're not
Absolutely.
limited to this. A lot of people want to use their own fabrics and create their own look. You could do that and join us for the class as well. So look for that class. It'll be up this weekend. The Scan and Cut portion is already up, and if you are making this quilt and you are going to use your Scan and Cut, you definitely want to sign up for that.
And this will be quilted when it's done. Yes. I'm going to put it, it's an actual quilt. Let me show again. You kind of showed it fast. Where do I put it at? Like right
Yep.
here?
Here, I'll put it in front
Okay.
of my face, and you
Okay,
can talk about
there's
it.
6 blocks. Yeah,
So
pull
those
back.
are
Just,
the-
yeah, see that first one is this one that is we're holding. So, and they're that big, so it's an actual quilt. And then see the stars that are in the border, in
yeah.
one of the borders. So we'll do, the one class is gonna be to show you how to do the scan and cut. Take it out of Brother Canvas, transfer it to your machine. We'll go over the wireless transfer, and we'll also go over the transfer if you have a USB stick, so you can use, if you have the older model scan and cut, you know, the CM series or whatever, you can use that. That's what I had for years and years. And now I have a DX230.
But this is not going to be a beginner
And-
scan and cut
No,
class.
it's not.
You need to be proficient on your machine.
Yes.
If you do not have an auto blade, you need to know how to adjust your cut depth and your pressure. This should not
Yes.
be your first time getting it out of the box.
Right. The class is 2 hours long, and we're going to have all our pieces cut with heat and bond on the back. We're going to be able to cut all our pieces for that first block in those 2 hours.
Yeah, and
It
there
may
is-
run over, but I kind of don't think so, because it's very, very easy.
And Michelle did a fantastic video on how to apply your heat
the
bond,
heat and bond, if you're not
to your
familiar.
fabric if you've never used it before, and she's using heat and bond light. So when you sign up for the class, you'll get access to that pre-class video as well.
Yeah, and then we're doing the one class. So this, with the first block, will show you how to do the applique. And then we're not going to do any more of these classes because won't they have access to it?
Yeah, and
So-
you'll know.
yeah.
You'll know how to do it.
And then once a month, we'll send out, like in the second month, we'll send out the cut files and the cutting instructions for block 2. And then the third month, we'll, block 3 and so forth and so on. And then the last one is where we're going to we'll have a class and do the star blocks. And then we'll also, how to properly put on your borders.
Yep.
Because we need to make sure those borders are measured correctly and everything, because you want a lot of these quilts will be a wall hanging. You can use them too. They'll wash up. You can use them, put them on a kid's bed, whatever. The finished size is a 60 by 70, so it's a nice lap size. You can put on your back of your couch or whatever at Christmas time. But you can also use it as a wall hanging, which that's what I'm going to do with mine. And it needs to be quilted, and we want it to lay nice and flat. And we don't want nice big wavy borders and all that.
Wavy borders, if you have that, Michelle
Yeah.
can help you not have that. I had
Yeah.
wavy borders, and
So-
I was like, oh my God, that's amazing when she shared with me.
Yeah. Nice little
How not to
tips
have
and
that.
stuff that
Yes.
you know. So, and that's the gist of this. So,
Yeah, so
Let's
maybe
get
we'll
you
show you
started.
these as we get them done. It's going to be fantastic. And think about it, ladies. It is 7 months, right?
yeah.
'Cause
Are we gonna do like a Facebook or a live or a Zoom or something, like a
Yes.
sew along?
There'll be a
with
sew
each
along
month,
for there'll
if
be a
there's any
sew along
questions.
for blocks 2 through 6,
Mm-hmm.
and then the last class there'll be a regular class that you can sign up for to do the assembly and putting it all together and the stars, but you'll be right in time for Christmas and for the winter
Yes.
season with
Yep.
this.
Yep.
Yeah, because we'll finish in August probably. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. 'cause we're
All right,
starting in February, yeah.
ladies. So, and then we'll be giving you more information about the table topper for those of you that are signed up. Michelle's the
Yeah.
one that did that adorable bunny table topper with Riley Blake.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
That one's fun. There's a lot of pieces to it, and there's not really, well, I don't want to say there's not a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn, but what you learn in that is accurate cutting. You want to make sure you have accurate cutting and your accurate seam, 1/4 inch seam on that. We're going to, she has a process that she does, the lady who designed the quilt, to make sure it lays nice and flat and everything with all those seams. So we're going to go over all that so you guys have
Yes.
a nice
How many of you
flat
have
table
done
topper.
a quilt before and it has a lot of seams that come together and
Mm-hmm.
you don't know how to deal with those seams? Because I'm one of those
Yeah.
people. Because I didn't know I didn't know that there's different techniques for dealing with that.
Yeah, and on a table topper, you don't want to have to set your glass down and you got a big thing there and it falls over.
Yeah, when you
So
have a
can
big lump.
have a 1/2 inch lump sitting there. It's like, no, not on this one. I'll show you how to keep it nice and flat.
Yeah, which
Mm-hmm.
is amazing. So with every table topper, you're going to be learning something new, and we are sold
It's
out
fun.
of the table toppers for this year. Get signed up early next time. And if you haven't signed up for the class, get signed up for the class because you definitely want to take it. learn something new. It's 2022. Let's
Yeah.
improve our skills, ladies.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it. Do you have anything else for the ladies?
No, I think that's it. I just really wanted to talk about the Frosty, and I'm super excited about it. It was so fun. It took me 2 hours total to do all the blanket stitch around every piece.
Wow.
It was less than doing like a Kimberbell smaller block because you have
Yeah.
to change threads all the time and stuff. You don't have to change threads. You want to get the 100-weight thread, and I literally
we'll
did
have it
all
for
of it.
you. All right. Thank you, Michelle.
So that's it. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
ladies,
you guys.
have a wonderful day. Be creative and make something incredible. And we will see you, not tomorrow because it's Saturday. Sunday, I'll see a lot of you for the Bowl Cozy Sew Along. If you can't join us for that live, you'll get the recording afterwards. So sign up for that and it will be recorded. I will send you the recording of the Sew Along. So sign up for it anyways, even if you can't make it. And then... yeah, we'll see you again on Tuesday.
Okay.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.